Hi, this is Jasmine with my channel Sober and Fabulous, and it is a beautiful day. So I want to talk about this amazing book, Project 369. I have always been intrigued with anything written in a format that encourages enlightenment, positivity. I was raised United Methodist, and I have read the Bible. I was actually a small, little, I don't know, maybe like 10, between 10 and 12. And we had a pastor that said, you shouldn't read the Bible, I think he said that you shouldn't read it from start to finish. So I took that as a challenge. And every night for, well, over a year, I read one chapter until I completed it. I enjoyed the stories of it. Some of it was definitely, it didn't make sense to me, but that was okay. I love reading. I've always had a passion for reading. I actually remember my very first book. When I learned to read, I was so excited. Before I could read, I would pretend to read. And the idea, it wasn't even an idea, just the, you know, absorbing information from nonfiction is, I love it. I take my time with nonfiction. And then with fiction, I love being transformed into a story, into a different time, setting, anything. I think it's fantastic. I love the use of words, and I just find language so exciting. So this book, I was watching Instagram on my kitty's page, and I saw one of the ads for it, looked it up on Amazon, and decided to purchase it. And my intention was that it was about manifesting. And I want to manifest so many things in my life right now. And I've been feeling this way for years, actually, before I got sober. There was a definite desire to manifest. And it's interesting because all throughout my life, I've always had people that would approach me and let me know that they're Wiccan or, celebrate that religion. And I'm fine, honestly, with any religion as long as you don't hurt people. I embrace all religions. But I always found it interesting that it was almost like I felt like they were seeking me out, or they were drawn to me. And I never really dabbled in it, but I certainly was curious about it. And I find that as I learn more about different religions, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Wiccan, what name whatever, there's a common thread, and that thread is love and light. And I can remember one of the first books I read on yoga when I was like 18 or 19, and it was connected to Buddhism. And I loved so much of what it was saying, and I saw the relation between it and Christianity. And I feel like, religion is such a personal experience. My faith, my higher power, that is mine and my own. And I don't have to discuss it with everyone. I certainly do not. I don't have to agree with everyone. I can actively listen to other people, appreciate their faith. I appreciate my own faith. I feel like I'm finally entering a state of creating peace with myself, peace with my higher power, and I'm not fighting against it or disagreeing or anything like that. I do see the touch of man in almost all writings, and I use the gender specific of man. And that, being a woman, there are things that I look at in a different way. Or I'm just like, is that, what if we looked at it this way? Another, you could say, more feminine way. And at the same time, I embrace the difference in the masculine and the feminine. I think they're both equally beautiful. I think they are different, and for great purposes. I'm a woman, I'm feminine, and I love that. I also have masculine qualities. I believe that we all do. I'm also a human. And I'm reading this book, Project 369. So, what inspired me to do this video? At first, last night, I was contemplating talking about doubt, and I'm struggling with doubt and doubting that I can actually manifest this world that I want. And it's frustrating because I want this world. I do. And this little seed of doubt will creep in and be like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? You know, can you handle it? Is this really going to happen to you? And so I'm learning to have faith in myself, in my higher power, in the universe, and the energy that I attract. And that is helping me get rid of my doubt. And I don't look at doubt negatively. I know that it's there for some reason. You know, the book talks about harmony, and that harmony comes in sometimes ways that challenge us. And it's preparing us for what journey we're on. And I really like that in this book, that is the correlation between harmony and hardships. And at the same time, I think the doubt could be somewhat of a hardship. And I'm really excited about just expanding my mind and learning more about myself and this oneness with the universe. I've always felt it. Anytime I'm in a science class and we're learning about the elements, the periodic table, breaking down the atom, which we're doing right now in biology, the classes that I'm in with my students, it's so exciting to me. I really get genuinely excited about learning the structure of atoms and what we are. And there's a simplicity to it, but there's also just I don't what's the opposite of simple? I don't want to say difficult, but there's just such beauty in it. And so the book has been talking about the thing that just really cracked me up was that they were talking about Nikola Tesla. And I've always been, or Nikola, I think it is, Tesla, always loved learning about him, his ideas, his quirkiness. I have always said, you know, embrace the weird side, let your freak flag fly. I certainly do myself. So they're talking about Nikola Tesla, and apparently there are documentations of him being in love with a pigeon. And in the book, it quotes that people stated that they thought maybe he was an alien or from another planet. And I've heard this statement. I've made this statement about people that are odd, even myself. And I was born here. I feel like anything that's odd, we automatically want to assume that it's otherworldly, it didn't come from here. And who's to say that that's how life happens? I just think it's funny, because what's wrong with having quirky people and it wasn't a sexual relationship that he was having with this bird. It was a pure, genuine love that he said that he had and that the bird had. And I think, anytime someone talks or behaves in a way that is just so-called out of the norm, little quote marks, it's, that can't be human. That can't be what I am. And that goes with ego. That goes with the beta waves of the outer world, which I'm learning about. And I want to be in more of a state of alpha, theta, and delta waves in my brain. I think it's healthy to have all the beta waves are completely fine. And then also I'm really excited to start working on meditating and accessing my gamma waves. And I think that I always have been able to. I think we all are quite capable. I know we are. And meditation is such a beautiful thing. I actually have studied, I was talking about languages, how much I love the art of language. I have always wanted to learn a foreign language, and I studied French in high school and some in college. And I can conjugate verbs, but hearing it has not happened yet. I think I might need to be submersed in a community that only speaks French. But I can count in French, and I love counting in French. And since I learned to count in French, I do it when I can't sleep. Sometimes when I'm bored. There's certain numbers like 66, 55. These are two of my favorite numbers, 55 and 66. And it's the way you say it, like 55. There's just the way that your voice commands that number. It's fun. So I'm seeing, as I'm reading this book also, and they're making suggestions on how to meditate, things to do, like counting from 0 to 60. And I'm like, wow, I've already been doing that, and in French. Go me. So I think it's important to just, try different things and experience life, the present. I'm feeling like when I got up today, I made breakfast, and actually when I was in the midst of making breakfast, I thought to myself, and I talked to my cat all day long. So I'm talking to my cat and I'm like, I think I'm going to go for a walk today. And the thought just popped in my head. I love those moments, and I'm really noticing them after starting to read this book, of when ideas come to you, and because I made that decision, I'm going to do that. It's a healthy decision. What could happen? Who knows? I'm excited. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly. I love a chill in the air. And my knee is healing. I'm able to walk comfortably. That's exciting. I'm just internally and externally grateful for all that I have. I want to share this. I'm just excited. Like, I get giddy thinking about it. And I feel like I just have this permanent smile on my face now. I am, the creator of my reality, my universe. And it's so flippin' exciting. And we're all so capable. And there's no right or wrong way. You know what's right or wrong. I know what's right or wrong. And I have made my share of mistakes. I have done things that were not right. I knew they weren't right. And I have to forgive myself for that. It's difficult at times. And at the same time, it's not forgiving. My therapist said the greatest line to me about forgiveness, and she heard it from someone else, and I may not do it justice, but I'll try. So forgiveness is going back to how you felt about someone before the incident occurred that you have to forgive them for. And that is freaking powerful. To love someone, feel the way you felt about them before they hurt you, that's forgiveness. And I was like, when she said it, I was like, whoa, mind blown. So not easy. But there is power in forgiving. There's power in forgiving myself. There's power in forgiving others. Why am I holding on to fear, anger, resentment, discouragement, anger, all of this? Why am I holding on to it? There's no reason. And a part of why I'm holding on to it, I'll be completely honest, is because I think to myself, those are my feelings. I'm validated to feel how I feel. And a part of me thinks that if I'm not angry at that person, then it doesn't justify the pain that I felt. And notice I use past tense. Am I really in pain right now because of what they did? Do I need to hold on to pain because of what they did? Absolutely not. These thoughts, it's mind-blowing. I'm excited. And so I want to share this with you. I actually have therapy coming up, and my phone is reminding me that it's on its way. So I'm about 10 minutes until I go into therapy. I'm going to do an art session on a very traumatic moment in time. And it's exciting because I'm healing. I am taking control. I am healing and it feels amazing. And I want to share this excitement with you. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I just want to talk to more people and share this joy that I have, this enlightenment that's happening to me, and I know that I will be able to. This is the start of it. So again, if you're having any issues with drugs or alcohol or anything that you feel maybe overwhelming your life, talk to someone. There are so many avenues of support when it comes to overcoming an addiction. And it is hard work. It's not easy, but it's possible, and it's so rewarding. I also encourage you to reach out for therapy. I feel like anyone and everyone can use a therapist. They are sometimes not plentiful to find, but if you look for them, like my therapist, I found, I'll say it again, on psychologytoday.com. We do our sessions online, and I love it. I don't have to leave the house. I have pajama pants on right now. Would you know if I hadn't told you? No, you would not. So, take care of yourself, because why not? Have a great day.